This client right here had 7 deletions in 30 days, and I want to break down everything that was done so you too can knock the credit bureaus out. Now let's talk. As you can see right here, a negative 18 decrease from last month compared to this month, 2-point increase and a 30-point drop, right? Now, there are multiple things that happen as you're fixing your credit, and this is gonna be the roller coaster you're gonna be on. Now, I want you to understand that when you're fixing your credit, you're gonna go up, and you're gonna come back down. You're gonna go up, you're gonna come back down. It's gonna be so frustrating. You're like, man, why is this happening? Why is this? So I want you to understand that it's all part of the process until you completely get everything removed from your report and you get your credit utilization to 0, right? And you're gonna see all right, once I get everything off of my report and my credit utilization is at 0, what does my credit score look like? And until you have everything off your report, utilization's at 0, no hard inquiries, you're not applying for credit or nothing, you're gonna see, all right, this is what my scores look like. And over time, your credit scores is gonna build up even higher because of, hey, these accounts on my credit report are longer. I'm paying on time. And these accounts are aged. I'm not applying for credit. And you're gonna see the improvement when you're not continuing applying, continue adding new accounts, which affect your credit score. So as you can see, 7 things got removed this round, 5 things got removed last round. 41 is still ongoing, right? We're continue getting things on. Things get added every now and then as part of, credit when you have to apply for things. Things get added on your report, got a collection or whatever the case may be. Things might happen, but that's what you're going to see. Just letting you know, this is what you're going to see when you come to fixing your credit. I'm going to set expectations for you so you understand that even though you get some things removed off one round, some things might come off. Your credit score might decrease, and when you're fixing your credit, it might continue to improve, and then it might come back down. All right, just wanted to let you know. Now, let's talk about another thing, a part of fixing your credit card usage, right? Now, utilization is 30% of your credit score. If you think about it, highest credit score you can have is an 850, lowest credit score you can have is a 300, which gives you 550 points to technically play with when it comes to your credit score, right? So you have 550 points. Now, if you do 550 and you times that by 30%, which would be 0.30, that gives you 165 points. So out of 550, 165 of those points is credit card utilization. So by let's just be on average, maxed out, if you just pay down that credit card, you're going to see a significant increase of your credit score. Now, with this person, it's going to take time to pay this down because they're in credit card debt. So it's going to take a little bit of time to get this where it needs to be at 0%, which is excellent. 0 to 9% is excellent, but of course you want to get to 0%. So you're not paying interest, you're not paying extra money that you don't need to pay. So this part is going to take a little bit of time, but I want you to understand that, hey, when I look at my report, where am I at? All right, I'm here. I'm 30% over, or I'm going to say I'm 30% average utilization, or I'm 40% or 50%. How can I get this down to 0 in the next 12 months or 24 months? However long it might take you to pay this credit card debt down, right? I'm not here to judge you. I understand life happens. How to take care of some expensive. Whatever the case may be, we understand, right? Over here, no judgment. But I want to help you improve your credit, give you the tools to knock the credit bureaus out, and think about things you can invest so when you use your credit, you're using your credit for business or certain things that you could then take that business money and pay back your credit card debt, right? So I want to just show you the overview, what this look like. Let's go over a few more things before I break down what you need to do to knock the credit bureaus out. So right here, we've been working with this client since March. Like I said, this round we got 1 deletion in this round, and then with this specific, we had 5 deletions, and then just 1 deletion on Equifax, right? So you see the improvement, like I said before, the up and down of your credit score. It's going to happen. But the thing is, don't get overwhelmed. Don't get frustrated. Just know that, hey, this is the process. And this process is going to take time until I get to where I want and continue working on it and getting better with your credit score. Okay? Now, just want to just, show you the journey of credit. Now, let's talk about what the process actually looks like. Well, what you need to do to remove those negative accounts off your report, right? So a thing I would like to do is say you want to leverage what I call ChatGPT, right? Leverage artificial intelligence to help improve your credit score. What I mean by that is we have a software, right? And I've been studying the laws, I've been understanding, been doing certain things, been doing this for a while. So I have a software, well, as a business owner, we have a software to do certain things. And it doesn't make sense for you to purchase a software because you're not, unless you want to be a credit repair business owner, it doesn't make sense. So here is AI, and you can leverage AI to help you with your the negative accounts on your report. So one of the things I would challenge you to do is get access to your report. Now, if you don't got access to your report, right, go to, the link is going to be in the description, try it out for $1 and get access to your smart credit report, right? Now, once you have access to your smart credit report, the thing you want to do is ask ChatGPT, can you identify the violations, find all the negative accounts, the collection, the charge off, the bankruptcy, the eviction, the repossession, the student loans with late payments. Ask ChatGPT this one thing. Can you identify, can you act like a world-class credit repair expert and identify the violations according to the Fair Credit Reporting Act, right? And you're going to screenshot those negative accounts, right? Very important, screenshot those negative accounts so it can help you identify the violations. Because once you identify the violations, then you can leverage that in your favor to increase your chances of getting the account removed from your report. Because we understand the account belongs to you. But what the Fair Credit Reporting Act says, it says a certain thing that, hey, these accounts have to be accurate. It has to show maximum possible accuracy, right? Very important. And there are some other things that's in your favor to help you use the law to remove the account without you waiting 7 to 10 years for it to fall off. So it's a win if you get it off in the next 6 months. It's a win if you get it off in a year. It's a win if you get it off in 2 years or 3 years, 4 years, right? It's a win because you're not waiting 7 years or 10 years for the account to be removed from your report. So you might see this person got it off in 30 days, or you might see this person got off in 2 to 3 months, or this person might just got off in 14 days. Don't compare yourself, what you're going through, to somebody else, because your journey is going to be totally different because of what's reported, how the credit bureau respond, whatever they're going through, different things, circumstances. Don't compare yourself. Just like, hey, all right, I'm going through this process. I know this process is going to take time. I'm going to do my part. I'm going to pay down this credit card debt. I'm going to take care of that. And in the meantime, I'm going to dispute with Experian, TransUnion, Equifax. I'm going to watch Dave Talks Credit, not the credit. I'm going to learn the different strategies to remove it. And if you want to be a client of ours, we do have a free program. I don't know if it's going to be available later on, but we do have a free program right now where we're helping clients. As long as they pay for credit monitoring, we can help them. If that's what you want to do, links in the description for that. But most importantly, I just want to show you how you can do it yourself to get these results. All right. So what you're going to do is, like I said, screenshot all the negative accounts, and then, like I said, you're going to ask ChatGPT. Now, what you're going to do is, like I said, act like a world-class dispute expert. Give ChatGPT clear instructions with 20 plus years and find violations according to the FCRA, which is the Fair Credit Reporting Act, if you're new to the channel. And if you're new to the channel, I appreciate you watching, appreciate you for engaging with the information and learning. And if you have any questions, drop it in the comments. I'm looking forward to helping you out throughout your journey of fixing your credit. Okay, so when you say these specific things, or you gave ChatGPT or whoever AI you're using this specific prompt, what's going to happen is it's going to break down the violation. So violation number 1, failure to report consistently across all bureaus, right? So as you can see, Equifax, Experian, TransUnion, because reported incomplete, inconsistent, or contradictory information fails the FCRA accuracy requirement according to 15 U.S.C. 1681 EB, maximum possible accuracy, right? Every single mismatch is disputable inaccuracy. Violation number 2, inaccurate historical terms. So Experian shows 71-month installment. TransUnion shows 0-month installment. This is impossible for the same loan. Why this is a violation? Terms must be complete, accurate, and consistent. According to 15 U.S.C. 1681C, A5 prohibits reported incomplete or inaccurate adverse information, and 15 U.S.C. 1681 EB mandates accuracy at the bureau level, right? Violation number 3, high credit is inconsistent. Experian shows a $0 high credit. TransUnion shows a $40,000 high credit. One of them is objectively false. There is no scenario where a 40K auto loan has 0 high credit at another bureau. This is material, factual, and actions. All right. As you can see, this is a violation of this specific law. All right. Violation number 4, post bankruptcy reporting without required neutral status. If this loan was included in the Chapter 13, it must report as 0 balance, no past due, no active late history, no ongoing payment history, no active delinquency. Whew, man, this is crazy. That is illegal. Man. Violates 15 U.S.C. 1681 CA1 and 2, right? Bankruptcy including trade lines cannot continue reporting actively or delinquency after discharge plan. Hey, this person might can get paid based off of that one specific violation, right? Violation number 5, account status date conflicts. Last active, TransUnion last active. As you can see, these date conflicts. This cannot be 2 different last activity dates if the loan was terminated included in Chapter 13. This provides reporting error, which is a violation of 15 U.S.C. 1681 EB for maximum possible accuracy and 15 U.S.C. 1681 IA if previously disputed and verified inaccurately, right? Violation. Violation number 6, missing or incomplete data at Equifax. No open date, no high credit, no terms. Violation. Inconsistent. Violation number 7, payment history after bankruptcy inclusion, right? So if this loan was included in the Chapter 13, payment history must stop. Late history must stop. Account cannot continue appearing active. TransUnion shows this. TransUnion 2021 payment reporting is illegal. Law, FCRA plus Metro 2 bankruptcy reported guidelines. So once included in bankruptcy 13, this account must show close, 0 balance, right? No new late history, no new payment activity, no updated late payment. Violation, right? Number 8, ambiguous status, WEP. What is WEP? If WEP means wage earner plan, it must be clearly consistent with bankruptcy status. If WEP is used incorrectly, it represents ambiguous status tagging, which is not legally compliant if it affects scoring or underwriting interpretation, right? Violation number 9, 7-year history inconsistent. Experian and TransUnion both show 30, 60, 90, 0. This account was included in the Chapter 13, which should wipe ongoing delinquency beyond certain reporting periods. Violation number 10, continue reporting past statutory limits. If this loan was closed in 2018 and the last active is in 2018 and the last report is in 2018, then TransUnion reporting new data in 2021 is continue reporting beyond accurate periods. The best legal safe argument for deletion. Now, this is going to break down different things that you can do, right? Now, for me, what I would tell you to do is leverage this right here. Now, act like a world-class dispute expert with 20 plus years and create me 3 letters for each bill with the violations that will increase my chances to delete this account from my credit report. and let ChatGPT do its thing. It's gonna craft the letter for you. Now, if you want a template, you can go to freesecretletter.com and get your template. Now, with freesecretletter.com, I'm gonna show you what it looks like and what you can actually do. Okay, so you're gonna find the violations. It pinpointed everything out. It created everything, but what the free secret letter does, freesecretletter.com, what it does for you is it's already templated, so you can kind of take what ChatGPT created and add it over here, and this is what it looks like for you. All right, I got you, step by step, breaking it down. So you'll have, and you can fix this up, so you'll put your first name, last name, today's date, who you're talking to, experience, TransUnion, Equifax, and then you can put the actual picture of the account, and then you can add the violations that are discovered, and then you can tell them, hey, remove the account, and then you can also get this letter notarized as well. You don't have to, you can remove this if you want to, but you can go to the library. I think it's free. UPS, I believe it costs some money. You can Google some free places to help you get this notarized, and then you're gonna add 2 to 3 identification with your letter. So driver's license, proof of residency, water bill, light bill, account statement, insurance, those different things counts as. And you can also add your social security card or passport. Just add more, because what you don't want to happen is Experian, TransUnion, Equifax say, hey, we need more identification to verify this belongs to you. Even though you got to notarize, I know it sounds crazy, but these are the type of games they like to play. So I just want to be, I just want you to be aware of the things that they do, the games that they play, so you can understand what's going on, so you can leverage this and, of course, get these accounts and have Experian, TransUnion, Equifax complete an investigation according to the law. All right. Now, if you want my assistant, me and my team, to help you with this process, the link is in the description. You can check that out. Your credit report, links in the description. Check that out. If you have any questions, drop it in the comments. I'm looking forward to helping you out.